Now joined by one of the players from that historic victory for NJIT over Michigan. That's Winfield Willis here with me as we celebrate 10 years since that 72-70 victory over the Wolverines. Win, happy to have you back here on campus. Take me back 10 years ago, the moment that final buzzer sounded and you pulled off that victory.
The first thing I thought was that, man, hopefully this changes our lives or changes the trajectory of the program. And then it was just, the feeling was like really surreal. It was hard to really realize what we had done, because when you play basketball and you're a competitor, you assume that your hard work will pay off and you'll win. So really, it just was hard to kind of figure out what your true emotions were at the time.
Take me through entering that game. Of course, you're the only Division I basketball independent at the time going into that game, going up against the Michigan team that was 2 years removed from playing for a national championship. You're going into that game and you and the rest of your teammates are thinking what?
I think the first thing we were thinking was, a couple weeks ago, we had lost to Marquette, but we had found our identity. So going into the game, we thought that, hey, if we play how we think we can play, we have an opportunity to win. After the first two possessions, we turned the ball over twice in a row. I thought, oh man, we're about to get blown out. But what we realized going into the game is that our game plan was pretty solid.
Your head coach back here today, Jim Engles, who guided you through your time at NJIT. He's now over at Columbia leading the Lions program. What can you say about Coach Engles, how he instilled belief in you and the rest of your team that you could win a game like that and have the success that you had throughout your career here with the Highlanders?
I think the word that I think about is commitment. And I talk about this with my family, I talk about this in my business, is that commitment is such an important thing when you're trying to create a winning culture and success. Sometimes we say team, sometimes we say family, but the truth of the matter is you want to know that the person next to you is committed to you and that they're going to show up every day, right? One thing that Coach Ingles that I appreciate about him and our relationship was that he treated me like an adult. He was committed to winning, and then he recognized and rewarded people that had the same feeling and were committed to winning. So it was just a great experience, and I really do appreciate him for a lot of the foundational principles that I still use today.
You had 17 points in that game against Michigan, but the play I remember and the photo I love is you saving the ball out of bounds with less than a minute left, you pointing back down the floor saying, "Our ball." A huge play at the end of that game. You guys had the lead. Take me through that play and how you guys were able to kind of lock in and hold the lead late.
Yeah, so I pride myself on watching film, so I noticed that every time that they would go off a ball screen, that if they couldn't get the roll and he didn't have a shot, he would always throw it back to the man coming around. So simply, I just tried to bait him so he could throw it, so I could steal the ball. It didn't go as planned. I thought I would get a steal, get a layup, and then be able to talk smack and run back down the court. But the truth of the matter is that that play in itself, I think, was indicative of where the program wanted to be, which is pointing and moving forward and being able to do something that really hadn't been done at that time, which was bring attention to our school, our campus, and our university.
And it certainly did that. Win. Take me through what you've been up to since leaving NJIT, what you've been going on in your personal and professional life since you left campus.
Yeah, thankfully enough, I went home, took over my father's business, which is real estate development company in Baltimore City. We pride ourselves on building neighborhoods and communities. And so since then, we have $100 million in development in our pipeline over the next couple years. And so I'm excited on how I can take some of the foundational principles from here, the hard academic rigor that we get here, and then be able to apply it to my city, where I'm from, to the neighborhood I grew up in. And so I'm just proud to be a person that can say that we're actually changing the physical space in Baltimore City, reducing crime, giving people opportunities for jobs, and then also the most important thing, which is shelter, giving people housing.
Absolutely. Love to hear it. Win, great work, and happy to have you back on campus today to celebrate this great moment. Thanks for joining us.